if you think you Targaryen, come on down. We gonna see if you can tame a dragon. You might die, but we gonna see if you can train a dragon. Welcome back into the world of Westeros. We will be doing our comedic recap of the season 2 episode 7, the Red Sowing. I'm your host, Kev BK Beloved. You can catch me on this channel breaking down sports, among other things, this obviously being among other things. And I have been looking forward to the Dragon Seeds episode all season long. It's my favorite part of the books, and I cannot tell y'all how excited I am to get into this episode and the ending, but let's not get too ahead of ourselves, shall we? We've got a whole episode that we can get into first, but we start with our first dragon seed and my personal favorite, our guy Addam. Now in the trailers, it looked like it was going to be a lot more contentious between him and Rhaenyra. And I don't know if y'all noticed this, but something Emma Darcy does that's real slick is whenever Rhaenyra got to do like queenly things and she got to try and intimidate somebody, she put on her little like queen voice, which she try and make it a little deeper. You're on a dragon that belongs to House Targaryen. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But Addam wanted no smoke at all. He was like, hey, I'm here to bend the knee. Me and Lord Coryls are already cool. I work on this ship. We're good money. Hit Rhaenyra with a line that is very important because it's kind of the through line of the entire episode. And it's something that I'm going to just start implementing in my own life. Addam says, quote, if the gods call me to greater things, who am I to refuse them? The next time I get a notification from Uber Eats, I'm going to put that there. Because to me, that's the guys telling me that I need to get some Hunan China tonight. So Rhaenyra's like, oh my God, this dragon seed thing might actually work. Hey, follow me to Dragonstone. Let's make it happen. So they go ahead and do that. We flash over to Alicent. Now, I'm not going to talk about Alicent too much this episode. I'm going to just summarize her whole arc throughout the episode here. Because Alicent's role in this episode is, hey, so we have Olivia Cook. She's an awesome actor. We can't just have her do nothing for the entire episode. So how about we send her to the woods and she baptizes herself in the water? Beautiful imagery. That's our arc right there. All right, great. Now for the things that matter. We get Larys and Ironrod on the little balcony going back and forth with each other. Ironrod comes to Larys and is like, hey, my cousin's brother's uncle Squire told me that there was a rider on SeaSmoke. Allegedly, we don't know who the rider is, but we knew it was a rider. And Larys is like, hey, maybe you should keep that shit to yourself, because Ironrod didn't want to tell Aemon directly. Now, we don't know if that's because he trying to get in good with Larys, or Ironrod, like everyone else in Westeros, is scared as shit of Aemon. Aemon is currently in the courtyard sending two of Aegon's lickspittle friends, his little dickhead friends he invited into the Kingsguard, off to the wall for starting a riot. Which, did they start the riot? No, they were kind of defending his mother by chopping off a commoner's hand. But if you remember, those two lickspittles were the same dudes that were with Aegon when Aemon was getting clowned in the pleasure house when he was with his little mommy madam. So was it about starting a riot, or was it about don't laugh at me or I will send you to be on the wall for the rest of your life? I'll let y'all decide that one. But the more important thing from that scene is somebody's gonna lose their head over not telling Aemon that SeaSmoke may have had a rider. Because we'll get to it later in the episode, Aemon had to find out himself, and something tells me he's not going to be too happy about that. Back to Dragonstone we go. Rhaenyra's council is not very pleased of the news that they're saying Addam stole SeaSmoke. Now, I don't know how you steal a dragon, whether it's you hotwire him, you can throw a dragon in a bag like Santa Claus and run off on him. But I know what I took from is this common board. Anytime I bring race into anything House of the Dragon related, the nerds get all pissy because in a fantasy land, they can imagine anything in the world can happen in Fantasyland except racism. That's the only thing that can't exist in Fantasyland, but sure, why not? This common born person, only way he can get a dragon is if he stole it. And as we know as viewers, SeaSmoke went to him. So if anything, SeaSmoke stole him. And if you notice, it's the same dude that Rhaenyra already had to tell what the 5 fingers say to the face the last episode or the episode before, whichever one. And now he got all this good shit to say. He might need another backhand. Just saying. And Rhaenyra doesn't come to the small council meeting because at this point she's sick of all their shit. She's with her actual small council or the smaller council where her and Mysaria, where they get to chopping it up. And Mysaria's the one with actually good ideas. She's like, hey, you're looking for more people with Targaryen bloods. Forget them books. Go look at these whores. I don't know if you noticed about your family or not, but they enjoy them a brothel or five. You know what I'm saying? They look around. And contraception, not really a thing in the world of Westeros. So chances are, you throw a rock at somebody with silver hair, probably some Targ in their blood. So why don't you go holla at one of them? And we're back on Rhaenyra with her divine purpose flow. She very literally thinks that Addam was sent to her by the gods, because Addam came after watching her best knight get burnt up. This random common born guy came to her on a dragon and bent the knee to her immediately. Didn't even put up a fight. Next, we get Lord Coryls finally approaching Addam. Now, I gotta break this scene down for y'all that don't speak Black Father. I know Coryls hasn't officially claimed him as his father, but just roll with me here. Black dads and compliments aren't really a thing. As a black child myself of a black father, let me tell you. So when I tell you that well done he gave to Addam was the black father equivalent of my golden child, I love you so much, I couldn't be more proud of you, I can't tell you how true that is. And Addam, God bless him, still put in this PTO request to get off of Lord Coryls' ship crew, because he a good dude. He like, hey, I know I'm gonna be doing this whole dragon thing for the unforeseeable future, but I got some good dudes who can cover my shifts in the meantime, in between time. It's like, bro, Addam, you're beyond scrubbing barnacles at this point, my guy. You got dragons to fight. So now we get back to Daemon and Harrenhal for what is finally a good scene of Daemon at Harrenhal. Because even me, as someone who's been enjoying the Daemon hallucinations more than most, even I'm starting to get a little wear on this welcome. We're going to get to the scene that really did it for me later, but right now we'll get to the good ones. Young Oscar Tully, our little bowl cut MVP of the episode, pulls up on Daemon and is like, you weren't really messing with me before. My whole area don't really rock with you. None of the River Lords rock with you, but we're gonna see what we can do. And at first, when they went outside to the River Lords, I thought Oscar was putting on a little bit of a front when he was trying to show off for the people like, hey, I don't really rock with Daemon either, but you know, my grandfather was an honorable dude. He'd bent the knee to his brother and the heir, and I guess him by proxy. And then when Daemon tried to get all froggy because he refused to call him king, at first I interpreted when he went up to him and was like, hey, you want these armies or not, as a, hey, shut the fuck up, I'm trying to work it out for you real quick, let me cook. But I think it was actually a, hey, I'm running things right now, either you shut up or you get no army. I think it's probably the latter. But most importantly from this scene, Oscar had a mission. He said, hey, if you want to prove to us that you deserve to be our king, you need to bring us the head of Willem Blackwood. So Daemon thinks about chopping his head off for like 0.5 seconds before going, hey, look, I done chopped off like maybe 5 heads in the course of me being on this show. What's another one? And then we get to I never thought I'd say this. I love Patty Constantine, you know what I'm saying? But there's one too many Viserys scenes. I'm cool. We didn't need that one. Show creators, y'all could have kept that one in the tuck. You could have. And we get to Viserys all broken down, talking about this crown killed me. It kills everyone it touches. Do you really still want this? Which I guess is supposed to be our closing chapter of Harrenhal, or at least I hope it is. It's supposed to be our closing chapter of Harrenhal. Daemon doesn't want to be king no more. He talked to his brother. He sees he's not built for this. He doesn't want this. He'll be the good soldier now. Back over to the green. Aegon's going through occupational/physical therapy. And as a man that used to work in the physical therapy field myself, I have notes. First and foremost, where's his gait belt? For y'all that don't know what a gait belt is, when you have a patient that's struggling to walk, it is exactly what it sounds like. It is a literal belt that you put across the patient's body so you have more control of the patient, instead of trying to put your arms around your waist like give me my last dance or some shit. Like, what are we doing? Black Maester, I expect better from you. Where are the parallel bars? Why is it just Black Maester and this little ass stick that breaks on him trying to get him to walk? What are we doing? And don't tell me we don't have the technology. We do. It's somewhere in the Red Keep. They have the technology to put some bars together so he doesn't fall over. Back over to Driftmark we go, and this is the closest we get to Lord Coryls admitting to Alicent his father. He says it without saying it. He kind of just drops it without acknowledging it. Again, black dad shit. I'll admit, I never asked your mom what her parentage was, but I know that our family, we're not dragon riders. We're Valyrian, yes, but not dragon riders. And Alan kind of looks at him like, oh, I guess that's the admission. Cool, I'll roll with it. And Alan hits him with the, hey, I'm seeing salt. All that dragon shit, not for me. I'm cool right here in these waters, on this ground. I'm cool. You can keep the skies to yourself. My brother, he a lot more ambitious than me. I'm good. Also, side note before I leave this scene, SeaSmoke's ship crew, the Fitz, fire. If I could swim, I'd join the team. Next, we get the Rhaena and the babyest Targaryens, Daemon and Rhaenyra's children, Viserys and Aegon the 87th, getting escorted off to, believe they're going to Pentos. But Rhaena, she decided to take a little detour, put herself on a little hot route, called an audible, and said, nah, I'm gonna go back to this ash spot where you told me there was a wild dragon. I'm gonna see what's up. We still have not seen the dragon yet, and I know that it's pretty common knowledge in the throne spear, House of Dragon spear, what the dragon's name is. But for the sake of the maybe one person who doesn't know what the name of this dragon is yet, I'm not going to say it yet. We'll wait till Rhaena claims or does not claim it, because this isn't in the books, whether she claims it or not. We'll wait till it happens or doesn't happen, and then we'll go from there. Then we get to Jacaerys' rant about the dragon seed and what does it mean if these bastards and low boars can claim dragons, and I'm a bastard and you didn't expect me to have black hair, and talking about his mom's sexual history in a thank God your mom's white type of way. This is another scene I made a YouTube short about, very clearly satirical, saying how disappointed I was that he called Addam a mongrel, because again, he's the only dragon seed they had at that point. They ain't had nobody else. But then the nerds got mad at me. In the fantasy world, you can imagine hobbits, dragons, goblins, ghouls, but racism, no, there's no way it can exist. Anyways, they deal with that. Kinda. I think Rhaenyra just kind of came back to that whole divine purpose, the gods will it such. And then Mysaria and Alan give the word to Rhaenyra's old handmaiden. We're gonna call her Little Red Riding Hood because I don't feel like Googling her name. Little Red Riding Hood gets it going around King's Landing and is like, hey, if you think you Targaryen, come on down. We gonna see if you can tame a dragon. You might die, but we gonna see if you can train a dragon. We cut to Ulf in the bar, and Ulf, who's been telling everybody who could listen that he's somewhat Targaryen bastard. So of course, all his drinking buddies come up to him and is like, hey, they looking for you. You specifically, they're looking for you. And he's like, my Achilles, I can't go on no boat. How do I know it's for real? And they're like, Nick, we've been giving you free drinks for all these years. You don't know if it's for real. Get your ass on that boat. He makes his way down to the boat. Hugh tells his wife that I ain't tell you this for our entire life, but I probably should tell you that my mother is actually a Targaryen. Now, I'll get quick lore on our guy Hugh Hammer here. So he is the son of Princess Sara, who has the most normal name of all the Targaryens, who is the 9th daughter of King Jaehaerys, the old king, who opening scene of episode 1, season 1, was the one who made Viserys the heir over Rhaenys, Jaehaerys the conciliator, longest king, old king, blah, 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 right? So Sarah was banished by King Jaehaerys because she was a little thotty. There's no way to paint around that. She was running through the Kingsguard, running through people in court, and then Jacaerys was just like, hey man, you can't be out here embarrassing me like this. And then originally sent her off to the Silent Sisters to go live as a nun, to go live in celibacy for the rest of her life, but clearly she wasn't going to go from running through the Kingsguard to nun life, so she ran off, went to go be a whore, and then eventually worked her way up to be the head whore in her little brothel. The White Worm story, minus the whole getting abused by your dad part. So you trace the steps. So Hugh is Viserys and Daemon's, in white terms, half cousin and Rhaenyra's second cousin twice removed. In black terms, he's Daemon and Viserys' cousin and Rhaenyra's uncle. We keep things simple on this side. So all the dragon seeds making their way over to Dragonstone, reminding us once again that Dragonstone and King's Landing are like a hop, skip, and a jump away from each other. They get to the Dragonstone equivalent of the Red Keep, and the Dragon Keepers quit immediately. They say, look, we would rather be unemployed, because I'm assuming Dragon Keeper doesn't give you a bunch of skills to do other shit. So we're going to assume they're unemployed. We would rather be unemployed than to work with these pores. And they just took off. And then Rhaenyra comes through, gives her little pregame speech. More of the God's divine purpose. Y'all might die, but even if you do die, it's probably better than the life you're living now. She's not exactly Ray Lewis when it comes to these pregame speeches, but she does her best. And this is where all the divine purpose things come into play. We're getting some Daenerys vibes now, like later season Daenerys that all the Game of Thrones fans started to hate. We're getting some Mad Queen vibes from Rhaenyra now. Is the Rhaenyra the Cruel really starting to pop up, because now she feel like she got divine purpose. And what even makes it worse is when they get down to the pit, and then Verimother, Thor will get to him in a second, comes down, and Rhaenyra is able to calm him down pretty much immediately, even though they not bonded. That's not her dragon, Cyrax is, but she was able to calm him down immediately. And to her knowledge, that shit had never happened before. So she's like, oh, I really am God's chosen queen. Before we get to Verimother, y'all see my man Addam fit? Y'all seen his fit? Now that he a dragon rider? Fire. The fire was a perfect transition. Verimother is mad old, like almost 100. Like the old King Jaehaerys that we were talking about earlier, Verimother was his hatchling. So him and the old king, who at this point has now been dead for like 40 years, grew up together type shit. So before we get to what Verimother did to these people, how would your grandfather react if you came into his living room with a bunch of strangers? Probably the same way. So of course they send the hunchback of King's Landing to the front of the line. Apologies if anyone has that real life disability and is offended by that joke. Again, we just here for jokes. He lifts his hand trying to go to Verimother, pauses and lights his ass right up. And then it just turns to a horror movie for the next like 5 minutes. And I had to look up the director of this episode to see if they've done some horror stuff before, because I thought it was incredibly well done. And by the name of Lonnie Harris-Therer, no horror movies. The closest we got is he directed an episode of Scream Queens, and just personal thing for me, he directed an episode of Queen of the South, which is one of my favorite shows that have been on TV. Oh, and a couple episodes of American Horror Stories. Horror's he's dabbled and dabbled in some horror. And he essentially was able to make a dragon Freddy Krueger, and he's burning everybody up. And I want us to go back to the mad queenification of Rhaenyra. Last time that SeaSmoke burnt up Stefan Darkland, she hightailed it and ran up out of there. Now she up in the balcony suite with a cup of champagne, watching like she watching Hamilton on Broadway. Everyone else tried to run off, and she had her Kingsguard hold them in there, and then they got burnt up too. And Rhaenyra is unfazed. I'm telling y'all, keep an eye on that. But ultimately, our guy Hugh Hammer, in a cartoonish but still awesome scene, pushes a lady out the way to safety and looks at Verimother and was like, come on! It's so fucking goofy. And what do you know? It worked. So him and Verimother are bonded now. He's able to claim his grandfather's dragon. That's cool. Then we get to Ulf, and Ulf ran up out of there. He's bumbling and stumbling. He steps on a clutch of eggs and just so happens to stumble upon Silverwing. And it's the first time we done seen Silverwing in the course of this show. Slight background on Silverwing. Silverwing was King Jaehaerys' wife, whose name escapes me right now. That was her dragon. Old married couple dragons are down in the basement of the Dragonstone Red Keep, just chilling. And now Rhaenyra went down there and took a bunch of strangers to disturb their peace. But Silverwing, in the books at least, is notoriously very friendly, and even in the show, very friendly. Was nudging Ulf, just like Sunfire was nudging Aegon, and it was the first time she met him. And Ulf was just sitting there accepting, hey, I guess this is how I die. And then Silverwing was like, nah, I got you. I ain't even finna eat you. We good. Now, a little background on Ulf, if you remember from episode one of them, he's telling his little bar story about how he's the bastard son of Balon the Brave, who is the father of Viserys and Daemon. So he's their half brother, which makes him Rhaenyra's, in white terms, half uncle once removed, but black terms, uncle. So Rhaenyra now got two of her uncles on the team, two brand new dragons, plus SeaSmoke from last episode. So now we got on Team Black, Cyrax, Vermax, Verimother, SeaSmoke, and Silverwing. So we got 5 dragons. We'll see what happens with Rhaena. Oh, and Moondancer, I'm sorry. 6 dragons. To as far as we know, because Sunfire's health is still pending, to the 2 that we got on King's Landing, because we ain't seen Dreamfire yet, Helena's dragon, but the trailer said that Aemon's gonna try and send our little cricket girl off to war, which please don't. No one's trying to see Helena at war. Let's relax. But in more dragon math, another dragon being added to the King's Landing side, Team Green if you will. They revealed to us that Prince Daemon, his dragon, has taken the wing. We get a little clip of him in the trailer as well. Beautiful blue dragon. So they chopping it up at the small council about that. They're like, hey, the High Tower host may be fighting a war on 2 fronts, but we got another dragon in the mix, so we might be good. And just as they're celebrating getting another dragon, Ulf pulls up on Silverwing, and half looks like he's scared shitless and half looks like he's having a time of his life, which is how I'd imagine that I'd look on top of a dragon. Matter of fact, that whole sequence is kind of what I imagined my first dragon ride would look like. Last episode I asked, if you claim the dragon, what's the first thing you would do? And overwhelmingly the response was I'm going back to the hood immediately. And Ulf did that. He went back to Flea Bottom and was like, yeah, told y'all I was Targaryen. Aemon had to ride a horse all the way out to Vhagar. Maybe don't park Vhagar so far outside the city if she's supposed to be like guarding it. A dragon just swooped into the city. That's kind of Vhagar's whole job, to make sure that doesn't happen. So Aemon hops on Vhagar thinking he about to have another day at the office. All right, let's go kill another dragon. Until he sees on Dragonstone, that dragon got back up. Here come Rhaenyra with 3 dragons at her back. Cyrax, Verimother, and the one that was all the way up top was way too far away, but I'm just gonna assume it was Silverwing. And Aemon runs off with his tail between his legs and gets Vhagar to steer away too. And all I'm gonna say is, hey, Team Black, we up. What a great episode. The dragon seed, dragon sowing scene did not disappoint for someone like me who was looking forward to it all season long. Next week is the season finale. Do not cry because it is over. Be happy that it happened. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Listen to the podcast at BK Beloved on all platforms. I will talk to you guys next week.